So I want to get into this story about these two children who died in a hotel parking lot from hypothermia up in Detroit. Now, I know we all got a lot of questions, so let's see if we can't get some answers, and let's see if we can't, discuss this amongst each other and see what we can come up with. But in the meantime, let's hit it.
Now to an update on the story involving two children who died while living inside of the van with their mother and two other siblings. It happened on Monday afternoon, and we've learned that the mother previously tried to get shelter in the city, but she was not able to.
And now the city is re-examining its process for getting residents help. Gino Vici joins us from Hollywood Casino in Greektown with more on what can be done.
Now, I don't think Detroit is like technically a sanctuary city. I think they said there you can somewhat call it a sanctuary city because they don't question people's immigration status or nothing like that. But yeah, they don't. I don't think they provide like housing and shelter and tents and stuff like that. But my question is, you're talking about citizens, regardless, even if it isn't a sanctuary city, you got places in this country where people can go who are not citizens and get thousands and thousands of dollars, warm bed, food, housing, even cars, and maybe even job training, depending on where you go. With no questions asked and everybody show them love, but you got a citizen here. And I don't know her backstory. She got 4 children living homeless. And if I heard the stories right, she lives with her mom, like her mom and the 4 kids stay in his vehicle. So there's a backstory. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered as to why 5, 6 people or in the doggone me women or in the doggone, well, we got the boys, but got living in a dang on me car, in an automobile. But this is what, like I said, one of the sad things of our country is our own citizens can't get shelter, help. And she could be, and let's just say this. Let's say she may be, let's just say she might say she was a drug addict or an alcoholic. I'm just bringing up the bad scenarios. Let's say she couldn't get a job because she had, stole medications or getting fired or whatever the case may be. Let's just say that is the case. What does it matter if the country allowed people to cross a border, no matter what their background was, and provide them with help? You got citizens in this country who are homeless, who went to school, got degrees, engineers who are homeless, people, nurses who are people who even maybe just living, working in McDonald's or fast food or somewhere, trying to make a living, homeless, and can't get help. But yet the country for the last 4 years, well, for 4 years, the previous 4 years, let's just say hell, the Biden Harris administration allowed people to come over here all willy-nilly freely and get money. This is why, and this is why, and when people ask you why would you vote for Trump and not Kamala Harris, it's for stuff like this. It's for reasons like this. Nobody cares. Look at here, man. If you can't prioritize your own people, I don't care what the next man do. He can come in here, be racist all he want to, and you know what I'm saying, say what he gonna do it and be about his word and not be backhanded, undermining your own folk, acting like he your friend. Don't nobody want to deal with that garbage, man. But let me keep going, man, because I still got 2 videos to go to.
Yes, certainly lots of questions in light of this unfortunate tragedy involving two young children dying from what police say was exposure to hypothermia. I spoke to city officials who say having available resources in the city is not the issue. However, making sure they can connect those resources to those who need it will be the focus moving forward. I'm also told there's a lot going on behind the scenes to make sure that process is being improved and something like this never happens again.
We understand there are many questions.
The deputy mayor's office says it's currently working diligently to support the family of 9-year-old Darnell Curry and 2-year-old Amelia Curry after both children died on Monday. Police say the two children were living in a van with their mother and two other siblings and parked inside the Hollywood Casino parking garage when their mother noticed they were unresponsive. Police say Darnell and Amelia were rushed to a nearby hospital where they were pronounced dead. And in light of their unfortunate deaths, the city, during a news conference on Tuesday, announced Deputy Mayor Malia Howard and Head of Housing Julia Snyder will spend the next 2 weeks examining the city's ability to connect resources they say are available to those who need it.
The full strength of the administration is behind this effort, and my complete attention will be on nothing but this.
For example, the city says calls coming in involving children should now warrant an in-person meeting and escalating
That should have been happening.
the request to get them shelter. It was also revealed the mother.
That's one thing I didn't understand. It's like she's a woman and she got kids. She got a 2-year-old. They should get high priority no matter what for shelter. Like I say, forget the like I said, the background, because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Them kids should be housed somewhere. You do it. Hey, you let people come in and get citizenship when they come in here and have these anchor babies. I mean, let these anchor babies get citizenship, and then their parents can stay. Man, come on.
Mother of the two children tried to get help several months ago but was unable to. Howard, during a video news release, says there is a lot of effort behind improving this process so a tragedy like this never happens again.
Both the 14-day administrative review and the DPD investigation are still ongoing.
In Detroit, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Funeral arrangements have now been announced for the two children who died. Public visitation will be held next Wednesday from 11 a.m.
And you can see there on the screen what a funeral will be at. I don't know if they have a GoFundMe. I haven't heard, haven't seen. So, I mean, if y'all see it, if y'all want to post it, you want to give, I mean, I believe that would be the right thing to do for sure. But again, there's no reason why a mother of 4 children who's homeless, don't know why. Like, so we ain't asking why. Not here in this situation. There's plenty of time for that here shortly. But from a city standpoint, from a government standpoint, there's no reason why they should not have gotten housing, especially when it's that damn cold. When it's that cold down here in Texas, if it's freezing temperatures, man, they turn places into shelters for the homeless who want to come in. Because a lot of times homeless people don't want to go to shelters, but when it's freezing, the temperatures are freezing, the city will open up buildings and places, because convention centers, stuff like that, recreation centers, for people to come sleep overnight when it's homeless, like when it's freezing like that. But anyway, so let's go to the next video where the mother too actually shares her story. Now we can start doing some critiquing. Let's hit it.
But first, breaking news in the sibling tragedy that shook Metro Detroit after 2 kids died of apparent hypothermia in a casino parking garage. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Simon Shayket. This story has devastated our area. Just moments ago, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham talking with the mother of those 2 children.
Darren joining us live right now from Detroit's West Side with more from their conversation. And Darren, so many people talking about this. This is simply heartbreaking.
Very heartbreaking, Carolyn. Simon. Moments ago, I did have the opportunity to speak to Tatiana Williams, who lost her 9-year-old and her 2-year-old, also in the vehicle at the time, her 4-year-old and her 8-year-old. Also, Tatiana's mother and her 2 siblings, a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, also stay in that vehicle. She tells me that she has been homeless for 3 months and that she is trying to do better for her.
Aaron, so many people talking about this.
I think I heard something wrong before, but now, okay, I get it. Hold on.
This is simply heartbreaking.
Very heartbreaking, Carolyn. Simon. Moments ago, I did have the opportunity to speak to Tatiana Williams, who lost her 9-year-old and her 2-year-old, also in the vehicle at the time, her 4-year-old and her 8-year-old. Also, Tatiana's mother and her 2 siblings, a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, also stay in that vehicle. She tells me that she...
So I think he got his information wrong, because the way he said Tatiana mother, Tatiana siblings, and her 4 kids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seriously? He had to be reading that wrong, but let's go.
She has been homeless for 3 months and that she is trying to do better for herself, trying to get back on her feet. She told me she's a CNA, a medical assistant, and that she was actually about to start a new job tomorrow. And so I did speak with her, and I asked her, one of the questions I did ask her was to take me back to yesterday.
Before we get to that question, Maybe they didn't have no money. I get it. I mean, but since she finna start a job today, the next day, why wasn't the car running? Because a car doesn't use, I'm gonna say like that, a car doesn't use a whole lot of gas just sitting there. Why wasn't the car running? The heat was on while they was asleep at night. If you know it's that dang on cold, I'm I'm kind of missing something there. Now you probably say, well, she might have felt she didn't have enough gas to keep the car running. Okay, I get it. But you was able to drive to a local hospital, which probably didn't take a lot of gas. But God Almighty, and here's the thing too. I tell y'all before, I work at a nursing home. Sometimes on the weekend, on the weekends, PRN if you want to call it, they'll get a little extra money. And I know of people that have worked there, probably were homeless, got a job, worked through a temp service, staffing agency, get a job at the nursing home. I've seen where these people have their kids, they'll be homeless and matter of fact, lived in their car and even like you would see, I would come into work and their kids would be like sleep on the couch. Now I know they're not supposed to, but when you look at people's situation, this person's problem was that hell, living in the car, still couldn't get to work on time. This ain't their calling in, so you end up losing your job. But hell, I even had person that was homeless and actually stayed was sleeping in the nursing home, like in the bed in the back somewhere, sleep on the couch in the break room. I mean, people will look out for you. I can't, so I'm not understanding, like, it's like something is missing. Like, where's the compassion? And did she have too much pride to ask for the real help she needed? Because sometimes, people don't know what rock bottom is until they really hit rock bottom. They think it's rock. Sometimes people think they hit rock bottom when they're asking you for help and then you supply it. Rock bottom is when you can't get help from nobody. That is what true rock bottom is. If you get to that point and you haven't figured out how to stay afloat or to survive at that point, I mean, you pretty much are going to drown. It's simple as that. Like I said, I don't know situation. Hindsight is 2020, but like I say, where I work, I've seen people, like say, kids sleep on the couch when I get there in the morning because they living in their car. Then when she get ready to get to work, what I'm saying, they'll go in and she'll put them in the car and she'll go out there and feed them and stuff. And they just sit in the car playing games. People are like, oh man, it's messed up. But she trying to raise money. People got hard. People be down bad, man. I mean, whatever reason is for, they be down bad and they need help. Now, I ain't sitting here saying let them stay in your house because you don't know them like that. But shoot, I remember even the other day at my main job, there was a lady who came in the lobby and was just sitting there. And people do that. They coming out clinic in the lobby. And they're not even patients, not even family. Just they got discharged from a hospital. The hospital only let them stay in their lobby or in their cafeteria. They kick them out. Police put them off the campus. Crazy, right? So they come to our clinic and just be sitting in the lobby trying to go to sleep. We're like, look, you can't sit here. Why? It's a legal issue. And that's what it really boils down to. That if they mess around, get hurt somebody can get sued. The owner of that property can be held liable. And so people are like, nah, you can't do that. So like I say, I understand people not letting you do it, but sometimes, man, and then these jobs nowadays, they got everything is like daily pay now. Like you can sign up, you start work. So I'm quite sure she probably having on her phone where you can you work today, clock out by tomorrow, your money's on the money you made is available to you. So you can work a couple of days, get a couple $100, you know what I'm saying, and then go get you a room or something like that. But it's just something you got to do sometime.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school.
Now I do question the lack of tears.
My son wasn't moving. And
Maybe she's all cried out.
I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please. Please, for me, just get up. Don't do this to me. And I tried to give him CPR because I'm a senior and a medical assistant. I've been working there since I was 17. I tried to give him CPR and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Fetty, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please. I saw the green and brown stuff come out of his mouth. I instantly rushed him to the hospital. I was yelling out the window, stop, stop, stop. We got to get through traffic. My baby, he's dying.
Hold on. She said green and brown stuff coming out of his mouth. That's something new to me, because when green and brown stuff come out of somebody's mouth, to me, that's a person who's constipated, who ain't crapped in weeks. And so now it's coming up out their mouth, and that's pretty much the signs of death. Let me see something. Let me real time something right quick. Signs and symptoms of hypothermia. AI, it's quick, ain't it? Let's see. Hypothermia is a medical condition that occurs when the body temperature drops below 95 degrees. Damn. Symptoms include shivering, cold skin, drowsiness, confusion, slurred speech, slow breath, slow heart rate, weakness, memory loss, frostbite. I don't see green and brown stuff coming out their mouth. That's something totally different. Man, look at her. I see why police is investigating this. This is. I think this story is gonna turn out different than what we think.
We get to the hospital.
But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know.
I told valet, can you go get some help? He took too long, so I got out the car to get help. They came to the car, instantly grabbed my baby on his head.
He said she asked the valet to get some help, and he took too long, so I went and got help. See,
that's true. He's not breathing. Help. Cold blue. Everybody tried. I didn't even know my 2-year-old was dying. I was in it with my 9-year-old. And they brought her in right after they pronounced him dead. And my mama came to me, she said, Yaya. That's what we call her, but her name is Amelia. We just call her Yaya. And they said she wasn't breathing. And they pronounced her dead too. I asked everybody for help. I called out of state. I called cities I didn't know. I called cities people asked me to call. I even asked Detroit. I've been on cam list for the longest. Everybody now wants to help. After I lost 2 kids, I've been asked for help. I feel like it wasn't their time. I did everything I was supposed to do. They had everything. Everything they wanted. Only thing they didn't have was a house. But from electronics to clothes, anything they asked me for, my kids didn't even get whooped.
so if they didn't have a house, they didn't have everything they wanted. So with that being said, if you're saying you got them electronics, clothes, anything they wanted, then yeah, that car should have been running. I'm just going by what she's saying. That car, anytime they want something, they got it. So that means she had money. That car, that tank should have been filled up and car running with the heat running while they slept. But if you're homeless, they shouldn't be getting anything. What you should be doing is saving your money, stacking your bread so you can get rooms for them to stay. Because if you got rooms and then you say you couldn't afford the room no more, but then the next breath saying that everything your kids wanted, they got, you don't understand how to spend money, man. I mean, you don't understand. Your priorities are in the wrong place. Seriously.
I lost the one who made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old. It hurt.
Okay, so she lost one. Okay, so let's go back. She lost one that made her mother. So she's saying that she lost a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. But it was 4 kids. Now, what the guy said in the last story was what? They was like 17, 19. I got to go back and look at this because there's something confusing to me.
Hurt killing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling. Just wherever you can get help from, if it's not from the city, the state, no other city or state, just go. Like, you don't have to suffer.
It's very, very, very heartbreaking. The new McFall Brothers Funeral Home is covering the children's burial plans and funeral.
Here's one thing I want people to understand. Check this out. Sometimes people get to their wits' end. We can sit here and say who should be a mother, who shouldn't be a mother, whatever. Who should be a father, who should have kids, who shouldn't have kids. Sometimes people get to their wits' end, and I'm not saying it happened in this case, but there have been many stories where mothers take the lives of their kids because they feel they have no help. And it'd be better for the kids not be here than to have to go through this situation. But what they don't understand is that choice that they make is a finite choice. This here situation, albeit a few months, few weeks, this could be short term. This here could turn around at any time. It just takes, it's not going to be an overnight thing. You ain't gonna wake up tomorrow and have a Habitat for Humanity house with no bills. But it could just take time, man. I mean, you make choices, life happens, things happen that you have no control over, and you have to deal with stuff sometimes. But again, when she said it was green stuff coming out that child, that means, like I said, that child ain't had a bowel movement in I don't know how long. And that's, like I said, it's a lot going on now. I could have sworn she said the one that made her a mother died. That was a 9-year-old. So what happened to the other two? Another two like teenagers? But then I think that's probably her siblings. So something, like I said, something ain't right in the story. But anyway, we heard those two. But now let's listen from the father. And let's see how culpable he is in this situation. Let's hit it.
Right now, we're going to turn to our other big story of the night. A father speaking to us tonight after learning 2 of his kids died from exposure to the cold in a casino parking lot.
Yesterday, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please.
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned 2 of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They gone. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr.
I want y'all to understand about tears a lot of times. A lot of times tears aren't about sadness of why you think they crying. A lot of times it's guilt because they knew they could have done more, or they hate that they had to do what they had to do, or guilt because of the way it turned out. And they want to blame somebody else, and they know they should have did more. And well, anyway, let's go.
And 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. People just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says
So it was that many people. God. So how the hell they die of hypothermia? Don't y'all know about body heat?
reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
What y'all think I should say right now? Because I'm trying to think if now my kids are grown now, so I'm trying to think if they was younger when they was kids, and me and their mom were no longer together. I, as a father, after our divorce, was in my kids' life every day. Still to this day, and my kids are like in their 20s now. Still to this day, I am in my children's life. I've been in their lives before they were born. When it was when me and their mother was married, we lived together. Even when we got divorced, I stayed as close as I could to them in order to be a part of their life. She moved once, once she had got remarried or what have, or moved to, further away from me. So it was harder. But I was still, calling, being there when I could, picking them up school, taking them, all that kind, I was there. I knew pretty much what was going on with my kids at all costs. They are my responsibility, and that's the life I chose. They didn't choose to be here. That's the life I chose. So I said, I'm gonna be about that life and be a father to them. If their mother would have called and said, can you keep them for a couple of days? The first question I'm gonna ask is why? Because we're talking about women. Women like to beat around the bush. They be the first one to sit there and say, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and I'm gonna speak on emotion, this and third. That's a lie. They only do that when they pissed or when they feel like they got the upper hand on something. But when it comes to being in control of their life and they feel like they out of control and they just at their wits end, they not gonna tell you nothing. They're gonna beat around the bush because of probably shame and what do you call that? God, I can't think of the word I want to say, but trying to I'm just gonna say shame. Don't want to be, don't want to be embarrassed. Pride, too prideful, more prideful than a damn dude. They're not gonna sit there and tell you everything. You don't had what 2 out of 3 kids, 3 kids for? She had 3 kids for you, so y'all had a long-term relationship. So you should know this woman like the back of your hand. If she say, "Can you keep the kids for a couple of days?" the first question that come out your mouth is why. And then she likes need to keep them for a couple of days because I'm going through some things. Then she will tell you, I ain't got nowhere to stay, blah, 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 this and the third. Then you will say, hey, damn, okay, let me figure something out. Let me get them. You got family close to her. She could have called them. Nigga, you could have called your family and said, hey, we need some help. Or even if you got to work, give them somewhere to stay. But if your kids are homeless, now, do you got a woman? If you ain't got a woman, then really, dude, because women can be, they can be hateful and spiteful, especially like against the baby mama. But hell, even if you do got a woman, it don't matter. If your kids are homeless, look, my kids need to get here. I need someone to stay, or you know what, pay for them a room or something so they can stay for a couple of nights because it's free and they got nowhere to go. Ask family, something, this and the third. We put gas in the car. Or they can at least have the heat on while they. I guess this is one reason why family is so important and keeping that family together is so important, because when you separate, man, so many dynamics. When you have kids and not together and not with the father, not with the mother, you bring in so many dynamics that you are not even aware of. You can't even think of. You're not thinking that, oh, my children gonna be homeless. You're not probably thinking of they're gonna be living in a van, or you're not thinking of if I need to call they daddy for some help, he not gonna be there. That just ain't gonna happen. That was never the case for me. I could care less who I'm dating or who I'm married to. If my children need me, I'm there. If the person I'm with don't understand it, tell you what, it just be real easy for me to put you out so they can come here. That's just what's gonna happen. Now people say, well, you gotta put your wife first and your husband first. It don't mean I put my kids out. Not no babies, man. Dude, you fail. This brother failed. I'm sorry. He failed. I don't care about them tears and this and the third. She said, it's the difference in just saying come get them for a couple of days and then come get it because I'm homeless. Nigga, dude, it don't matter. Them your children. But you gonna remember this for the rest of your life.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not.
And you didn't either.
And she knows she could have.
And you should have too. And you could have.
Like we always used to do.
We always used to do. No, you probably used to do it all the time. You probably used to reach out to your family. But now that y'all ain't together no more. Now she ain't thinking like that. She depending on you to take care of your children, boy.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or two ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's a police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
Don't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
No, you cannot get them back.
Dude, you failed your children. I don't know, like I said, the mother story, but I can say she failed them too in some aspects. I got a little more sympathy for her now. Hearing this dude, he should have never got on TV. He should have stayed quiet and didn't tell a story. But a lot of times, guilty people gonna come out and talk, run their mouth, and try to talk their way into victimhood. When 9 times out of 10 they're gonna talk their way into looking worse than what they already look. I'm sorry, I got no sympathy or empathy for this guy. Like I said, but that's just me as a father who, like I say, raised 2 daughters, had 2 daughters. I ain't gonna let nothing come between me and them on nothing, especially when if it's coming to help them. I'm not gonna hurt my children. Now I might have to, discipline, teach them lessons, this and the third. But as for trying to not help them to be able to at least float, it ain't gonna happen, man. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. I know we covered a lot. So let's have a dialogue. You know how we do, man. Let's have an intelligent conversation. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple minutes of the day, but it means the world to us here. If you would like to support the channel, you can give financially. You can give super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box. A couple links there you can click on. Like I say, it's cold outside, so I love me some hot dark cacao drink with some honey in it. You know what I'm saying? Natural, full of antioxidants, man. More health, just super healthy for you. If you want to help buy a cup of that, go on, click a couple of them links down there. And don't forget to hit the shop button and go to marlonmorales.com where we got products that we know you'll love. We got colognes, perfumes, silks, beard products, and much, much more. Just check it out, marlonmorales.com. And again, like I said, the shop button below. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.